Hi guys, happy Monday. Pastor P here, just touching base with you. Just making sure that everybody's doing okay. Just want to check in with you. And again, I think I finished off yesterday with an encouragement that there's no shame in getting the help that you need, whether it's some addiction and you need to connect with a sponsor or a program, whether it's a mental health counselor, whether it's a therapist, whether it's just being honest with your friends and family and seeking to get to that place where you can tear down walls and build bridges. There's no shame in that. And so I'm here to encourage you to make that connection. And if you can't find a resource, please reach out, contact us, and we'll try to help you on that journey if we need to. Let's talk about it. Okay? We're going to dive in today to 2 Corinthians chapter 10. 2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3 says, "For though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds." There's divine power within you. "We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. And we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." To make it obedient. We take every thought captive. Every thought, you think about the many thoughts that you have each day, and make it obedient. The root word of obedient meaning to listen. Make it to listen, to at least listen to Christ. "And we'll be ready to punish every act of disobedience," meaning not listening, "once your obedience, listening, is complete." Now, it's an interesting sort of verse. Taking every thought captive. Okay, we looked at the importance of our thinking. Okay, as one thinks in their heart, so are they. To be able to take every thought captive, and also to recognize that our thought life drives our life. Okay, because we can step away from anybody and everybody else, but everywhere we are, there we are. Okay? And so we have to pay attention to our thought life. When you look back into the Gospels and each one begins with, whether it be John the Baptist or Christ, or we jump into the book of Acts, and in the day of the new church, everybody's talking about repent. Repent, for the kingdom is near. Repent, turn around in your thinking. Okay, so for a lot of folks that were brought up in church, turn around in your thinking. For a lot of those who were perhaps brought up maybe not in church, but in that belief that God does not exist, or that this or that or the other is going to be your life. That's it. It's going to have a limit. You're going to have to live in fear. You're going to have to live in struggle. You're going to have to fight your whole life. You're going to have to work hard your whole life. You're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do that. You're gonna. This particular verse is encouraging us to take every thought captive. Okay, let me just kind of turn this around. A lot of times we are spinning our wheels trying to get to something, right? Trying to grow up to be everything we're created to be and to do. Trying to get to that place, striving forward into that place. What about the possibility? Now, this is the part where I'm encouraging you to open your mind, open your heart. What about the possibility of unlearning all the dross, unlearn doubt, unlearn fear, unlearn limitation, unlearn those things that always act as an obstacle and hindrance from getting you to where you would desire to be? How about that? But a lot of times we're so busy going forward that we don't turn around and just face something. Okay? So let me share this with you. When you originally came into this world, fearfully and wonderfully made, you came in full of fire. You came in full of potential, unlimited in that. Okay? You came in swirling and twirling and ready to do and to be everything you were created to do and to be, whatever that meant. Okay? And then as we press on and press in, next thing you know, life begins to happen. And these layers begin to be built, and they overcome all that unlimitedness of us. And it brings in fear and doubt and bitterness and anger, and stuff happens to us, and this one and that one and the other one. And now I got my own judgments, and I got my own stuff, my own opinion about this, that, or the other. And we build up all these walls to protect ourselves. But even in building up walls, it's not even just about keeping other folks out. We keep ourselves locked in. And after we've got all those layers between us and who we were really created to be, next thing you know, here we are. A speck of limitation, a speck of, well, I can't do that. Nobody in my family ever did that. Or, oh, I'm too old now. Or, oh, I can't do that. Well, y'all know I'm sick, or I got this, or I'm just waiting on this to happen because it happened to everybody else in my family. Stop. Stop. Be encouraged by this verse to take every thought captive. Okay? When you start in with stinking thinking, turn around and look at it. Is it for real? Or is it a lie? Is it a lie created? You know, we want to blame the devil for all kinds of stuff. Oh, that's the enemy. That's the devil. That's Satan messing with you. Well, no, how about it's you messing with you? How about it's you messing with you? Putting limitations on yourself. Again, you'd be like, oh, Pastor B, you don't know what this one did and that one did and what, but how much of all that do we put on ourselves? We'll address that, but let's get to the stuff we put on ourselves, where we add layers of fear and layers of doubt and layers of just stinking thinking, tearing ourselves down. Okay? My encouragement to you today is, yeah, that word repent sounds like just like righteousness, sounds like a big old churchy word. But when you get to the core of what it means, it's about turning around. Change your mind. Change your mind and you will change your life. Okay, we can't get to all that goodness. Okay, it's just like the seed that's planted. When it first breaks open that little pod, the first thing it sees is dirt. Okay, look boldly into those doubts and fears. Look boldly into that stuff that seems to always stop you. Look at it. Is it something you created? If it's something you created, then uncreate it. Recreate it. Recreate the possibilities that are in you. And there's no better day to start than today. No better day to start than today. And you know, a lot of times we don't use certain words because we're like, ooh, that sounds all ooh. But I'm praying that God enlighten you to the awesomeness of you, to the awesomeness of which you were originally created, the things you were originally created to do, to stir those passions up in you, to stir that purpose up in you, and begin again. Okay? No better day to begin again than today. Know that you're loved without limit. I love you right here in this creation, recreation process with you. Right here in this, what Nicodemus called it, let's get born again. Let's get in that place where we're reborn, born back to the possibilities of us. Have a wonderful evening. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye now.